everyone. It's evening, and it's also nearly 80 degrees in this room due to the fact that this, place is clearly incapable of cooling itself. And that's why I've got my fan running right there in the background. I'm probably gonna turn this one on because, oh geez, it's just gotten way too stuffy in here. So the point of this vlog today is that, honestly, I've gotten bored. And not bored of YouTube. I love doing YouTube, okay? I just love doing it. The problem is, I'm getting a little bored of making the same videos about the same topics that everyone else covers and such. Yeah, it just gets boring basically. I'm trying to find ways to come up with my own original content that would excite you guys and such, but let's be real, when you have a budget as high as I do, aka it's non-existent, it doesn't really help that much because I need to invest some money into certain things, and well, it doesn't really help when you're constantly spending money on a car, for example. I've been bringing this up a lot because my car has been driving me nuts. I just spent $1,000 a couple weeks ago on that thing. So yeah, when it comes to having to pay for financial stuff, like for example, my tabs finally came in today, so I put the sticker and registration on the car. It often means you have less money for fun things, and I want to do more fun things as well, but I mean, it's just in general, I wanted to start doing more fun projects instead of talking about what's been on the news that basically anyone else can cover. I feel like my content has been so unoriginal lately. But that's not the only reason why I'm actually bored. The biggest reason why I'm bored is that not much in my life has actually changed. And I will say it's probably because it's for the better, but there are some instances where I've just gotten bored of doing the same thing day in and day out. I mean, I've gone into work every day this week to work on literally the same project in the same machine. So yeah, I've gotten bored of that for the past week, but that's not even it. I've also just been bored of how I've been doing things in my life. The biggest thing I want to talk about is actually, I've gotten bored of basically only using Apple products. And here's, I know it's kind of crazy because I talk about them all the time and I keep telling everyone, you really should invest in them because, oh boy, Apple really knows how to make great products. Because, in my experience before Apple, yeah. But here's the reason why I'm getting bored with Apple products. It's because, I mean, ever since I've switched to Mac about 2.5 years ago, I've been on the Mac for 2.5 years, and basically I've been avoiding Windows because, let's be real, the Windows competition basically sucks. It's all terrible. And same goes for Android. Okay, Android's not as bad as Windows, but I mean, the problem is all of the Android OEMs, they basically lost all of their originality. Like, their products all look like iPhone clones. My thought process with buying Android phones at that point was, why just buy a clone of the iPhone when I could just buy the real thing? But anywho, the point is, yeah, I basically have gotten a little bored with just using my Apple products, but the reason why I've still stuck with them is because I originally left Windows and Android because I was frustrated with them. John Prosser puts this perfectly. Frustration is the key to change, and that is why I made that change from Windows and Android to Apple. I was very frustrated with Windows 10. I can't believe how much Windows has regressed since Windows 7. I'm so confused. I'm so discombobulated about it, and yet it's what's happened. Windows has regressed so bad to the point where I actually had to change operating systems. And that's why I ended up going with the Mac. And then on Android side, I haven't really had many major frustrations with the software aside from the absolutely horrible notification system. I joke about this a lot, but honestly, it's so annoying. Your phone is charging. Your phone is fast charging. Your phone is slow charging. Your phone is fully charged. Do not disturb is on. The flashlight is on. You took a screenshot. It is currently this weather outside your house. It will take you this long to get home from work. I don't freaking care. So many of these notifications are obvious things that I didn't need to be notified about. Like the battery thing, I can just look at the battery icon at the top of the screen. Do not disturb is on. Yeah, I know that. There's also a do not disturb icon at the top of the screen when the do not disturb is on. They don't need to provide me a separate notification for it. The notification system, I know I joke about it a lot, but honestly, I don't understand how it's this bad. You're getting notified about so many things that honestly don't matter. And then there's just a few other things about Android that I've just been a little frustrated with. It's not to the sheer extent of the notification system, but honestly, my true frustration with Android is it has completely lost its originality. It has basically been attempting to copy the iPhone as hard as possible. Well, not Android specifically, but the Android OEM manufacturers. I mean, sure, smartphones have basically peaked at this point, so like, how can you really make your products different? They're all going to have like the same features and such. But honestly, there's still many different ways you can actually make your stuff original. Like, Samsung used to have their own original designs and not just their own original features that they kept exclusive to themselves for a long time. Like, for example, the heart rate sensor. Not many other phones actually had a heart rate sensor in them, as well as an iris scanner. That was an original feature that Samsung brought, and well, basically nobody other phone had. Samsung for the longest time has been the original Android manufacturer, and a lot of Android manufacturers were actually trying to copy Samsung in terms of design and feature set, but now it's all copy iPhone design and feature set. It's so annoying. Because of that, I've lost all of my interest in Android, and well, basically after my frustrations with Windows, it basically eliminated literally every single laptop except Chromebooks and the MacBook Pro. Chromebooks and MacBooks. That's what I was left with because, well, basically everything runs Windows. So after those frustrations, I've basically been sticking with Apple, as clearly Apple knows how to make a better operating system than Windows. And well, if everyone's basically just going to make a clone of the iPhone, because I don't really have many problems with Android other than that notification system, but that's something I can get around with. Why just buy clones of a product when you can just buy the real product and get the real experience? So that was how I've ended up on Apple products, and I've been this way for quite a bit now, almost 3 years at this point. Like, I've been on Mac exclusively for 2.5 years. I've been on iOS basically ever since, 2 years ago actually. Yeah, I've been on iOS exclusively ever since 2 years ago. Yeah, after being on both of these platforms, I'm not complaining. I still love using these platforms because clearly there's so many advantages to this one that, well, the competition just doesn't offer. It's just I've gotten a little bored of using my Apple products, and it's now the new normal. Normal, honestly, is boring, and because of that, I just want to try something new, and I haven't really had the opportunity to try something new because at this rate, I've been trying to spend my money on products that I'll actually use and integrate into my workflow well, like, for example, the 16-inch MacBook Pro or my iPhone XS Max, soon to get a 13 Pro Max. It's just trying to... I got a complicated way of getting smartphones, so that's why it's taking so long. I'm still going to continue to get Apple products to use for actual work and such, but what about when I don't want to work? What if I want to have fun on my Apple product? What if I want to have fun with my technology? I've been having fun with Apple products for so long, and it feels like you've been playing the same board game for, in my case, 2 years. You've been playing the exact same game. You haven't been playing any other game for 2 years. Doesn't that just sound boring? Like, don't you feel like you really want to try something else at this point because you've been bored of playing the same game for 2 years? That's kind of where I'm at this point. And luckily, due to my job forcing me to have to use a particular product that I'm also working on saving up for because it's not helping me with my current day job that is actually paying me money. So yeah, I'm saving up for a product for that I might try to make a video or two out of before I'm not allowed to for specific reasons. So with that particular product, I'm going to have just a little bit of fun because it's different than my MacBook Pro, and well, it's something that I'm not used to. It's something that's new. So I'm excited for that when it comes, even though, yeah, it's not an Apple product. Now, I still will choose Apple products, as if I could only pick like one smartphone, one laptop, one tablet, one of basically every piece of technology, for example, yeah, they're all going to be Apple products still. But this boredom is basically just from the fact that, well, when I want to have fun on my devices, it's the same story every single time. I just want to try something new. There's nothing wrong with trying something new. This is something that evidently so many people actually have, and this is why I'm trying to pitch towards Android towards Android and Windows users so much, and it's because, well, okay, Windows users, yeah, they have the largest market share ever. I'm trying to pitch to them, hey, the Mac's not really as bad as some people make it out to be. Like, so many people will actually just rant on those things for, honestly, the pettiest of reasons. And so as I am trying to get people to be a little more optimistic about Apple products, like not just the iPhone. The iPhone's the most popular device in the US, but iPhones have a higher market share compared to Android here in the US, so I don't have to really convince anyone about that. But when it comes to like the MacBooks, for example, I'm honestly trying to get people to be more optimistic versus cynical about them, because for the longest time, people have been cynical about it. But at the same time, I'm also trying to be optimistic about the competition. I want the competition to be good, because competition is what pushes companies to do better. It's what pushes them to improve. It's what pushes them to make better products. Without competition, well, we basically be stuck with the same technology, with its same flaws, with no rooms for improvements, no new additional features that could possibly be game-changing. That's why I still want to root for the competition, even though I'm still going to choose Apple products. I want to root for Windows, to be honest, because, well, first of all, they have the largest market share, but right now they've been making just the crappiest software that I've ever seen. I don't understand how they've regressed as far as they have. So I want Windows to improve. I want the competition to improve, because if Windows actually improves instead of regresses like they have been, maybe that's why they've been regressing. It's because they have the largest market share. They don't need to improve because they know everyone's going to buy Windows. Maybe with Macs, I was hoping with the M1 transition that PCs would actually get better, and okay, Intel has finally stepped their game up. Well, I'll say a little bit. I mean, they still got some huge drawbacks that Apple's chips basically have addressed. Intel still got their heat issues like they've always had, while the M1 and the M2 now have addressed. But I want to see the competition improve. And if the competition improves, not only does it give me more choice should I no longer choose to use Apple products anymore for whatever reason, but if the competition gets better, well, guess what? That's how that thing got better. It's because the competition was, well, in terms of hardware, was absolutely great for laptops at the time, and now Apple has really stepped in the game, and they are getting really competitive with their offerings. That's basically why I've been bored. I mean, not only just because content-wise I've been struggling to come up with original ideas, but in general, life has been very static for me for the past, I have no idea how long. I guess the moral of this video I'm trying to explain is try something new. Okay, I mean, sure, when it comes to actually trying to get stuff done where people are like depending on you and such, like for work, for example, like if anybody hires me to edit videos, which I'm actually open to editing videos for pay, obviously. If I'm going to edit other people's videos, I want to get paid, which I have done before. I've edited a video before and got paid $100 for it. They really liked my editing as well, so yeah, I guess that works. So if I'm going to use my services for work or for other people as well, then I'm obviously going to want the best tools that I have available to me. And well, I've got basically most of my best tools. My iPhone has, I mean, sure, I'm going to be upgrading soon, but my iPhone still, even if it's a XS Max, it still has a really great camera. I got my 16-inch MacBook Pro that'll basically edit anything I want it to. It's great. I got the setup to do it. But now that that's established, I'm basically secure in that, I think it's time to try something new. All right, thank you for watching. Do me a favor and interact with the stuff below. My name is Alpha DeWolf, Random Alpha, signing out.